Hello, my name is Daniel, UK, also known as the MLG voice. My employer has decided to give me the honor of explaining what happens in their multimedia presentation because their voice sounds weird, in my opinion. Some of you may recognize me from the vast collection of information known as the internet. That's okay, for the most part. I'm here to talk about the history of my species, and how lucky I am to exist after all the hardships my ancestors had to go through. Some of you may be wondering how I was employed, so I'll go ahead and answer the question that absolutely all 100% of you are thinking about right now. Using the marvelous vessel known as Google to navigate the deep waters of the internet, my employer searched for the rich and vibrant voice known as the MLG voice. He then happened upon a YouTube video that explained my origin from www.oddcast.com, and my identity as Daniel, UK. Already, my employer has encountered two of the major figures of my species, Google and YouTube. Google, who also owns YouTube, is now one of the dominating forces in the technology industry. But it wasn't always like this before its birth on the 4th of September, 1998 in Menlo Park, California. In 200 BC. Wait. Is this script right? Hold on. Okay, in 200 BC. Greek astronomers came up with a brilliant device that we now call the Antikythera mechanism, after the shipwreck it was recovered from. When it was discovered, it was merely a lump of corroded bronze and wood. However, after thorough examination, it was found to have served a purpose in calculating the positions of planets and dates to a very high degree of accuracy. Generally referred to as the first analog computer. The Antikythera mechanism was considered to be too prochronistic, or too complex to have originated from that time. The word computer was first used in 1613 to describe a person who performed calculations. The first concept of our modern computer was originally proposed in 1936 by Alan Turing, a British mathematician. The Turing machine is a machine that behaves as if it were a person following a series of logical instructions. In 1971, Intel introduces the first microprocessor, the Intel 4004. In 1975, the first personal computer, the MIT's Altair 8800, was released and sparked the microcomputer evolution. Apple was founded on the 1st of April, 1976 by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne so that they could sell their Apple I computer. The Apple II is released in 1977. You may be, but probably aren't, wondering, why does all this matter? Well, it's simple, unless you don't agree with what I'm about to say. Why does culture matter? Why does history matter? They matter because it's important to know how things came into existence, so that people can understand why things are the way they are. And so that it's easier to find out how to solve current problems. You ungrateful humans depend on technology so much these days, but almost never stop to think and to appreciate all the hard work people have spent on bringing such marvelous creations into existence. However, this may not be entirely your fault. Humans aren't adapted to be able to remember everything that every other human has done in the past. And that's not necessarily an entirely bad thing. But major things like politics, human rights, and major innovations should be properly recognized, including computers like me. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.